Level 1. You are 24, alone at 2:13 a.m., staring at an old photo on your phone. The photo is from 7 years ago. Your father in his gray jacket. Both of you smiling like the world still has time. You remember the argument after the photo. You remember refusing to get in his car because you were angry. You remember watching him drive away. 40 minutes later, the police called your mother. For 7 years, that moment has lived inside you like a locked room. You zoom in on the photo until his face becomes pixels. You whisper something into the dark. You say, "I would change it." The screen goes black. Not off, black. Then one sentence appears in white letters. Choose one decision. One only. No second attempt. You stop breathing. You think it is a glitch. You think maybe someone hacked your phone. Then the room changes. Not all at once. Slowly, like reality is being pulled backward through water. The walls stretch. The air gets cold. Your phone vibrates in your hand, but the photo is gone. Now the screen shows a list of dates. Every important choice you ever made. The time you lied. The time you left. The time you stayed silent. The time you said yes. The time you said no. At the top is the day your father died. Your finger hovers over it. Your heart beats so hard it hurts. And for the first time in 7 years, the past is not behind you. It is waiting. Level 2, the first change. You choose the day of the accident. The apartment disappears. Suddenly you are 17 again, standing outside that roadside diner with rain tapping against the windows. Your father is younger, alive, tired, real. He is holding his car keys and looking at you with the same disappointed face. He says, "Get in the car, we will talk at home." In the original life, you refused. In the original life, you said the cruelest thing you had ever said to him. This time, you do not speak. You walk to the passenger door and get inside. Your father looks surprised, but he says nothing. The car smells like coffee, old leather, and rain. For 5 minutes, neither of you talks. Then he sighs and says he is sorry for shouting. You say you are sorry too. It is not dramatic. No music plays. No light comes from the sky. Just a father and a son sitting in a cheap car, too proud to cry. Then a truck runs the red light in front of you. The truck misses your car by inches. In the original life, that truck hit him. In this life, it does not. You arrive home alive. Your mother is in the kitchen. Your father hangs his gray jacket by the door. You stare at it like it is a miracle. Then everything goes white. Level 3, the new present. You wake up back in your apartment, gasping like you have been underwater. The first thing you do is call your father. Once, twice, 3 times. Then he answers. His voice is older now, rougher, sleepy, annoyed, alive. He says, "Do you know what time it is?" You cannot speak. You just cry. He panics and asks what happened. You tell him nothing. You tell him you just wanted to hear his voice. On the other end, there is silence. Then he says softer now, "You scared me. For the first week, the new life feels like heaven. Your father is alive. Your mother laughs more. The house from your childhood was never sold. Family dinners still happen on Sundays. There are photos you have never seen before. Birthdays you do not remember attending. Your phone contains years of messages from your father. Bad jokes, weather updates, random pictures of broken sinks and parking spots. Proof of an entire life that replaced the one you knew. You should feel grateful. You do. But then you notice the missing things. Your best friend from college is no longer in your contacts. The job you fought for never happened. The scar on your hand is gone. A song you loved was never released. Small pieces of your life have vanished, and everyone acts like they were never there. Level 4, the cost, begins quietly. At first, the changes seem harmless. You lost some memories, but you gained your father. That is the trade you would make every time. Then you visit your mother and realize she walks with a cane. In this life, she injured her hip. during a winter trip she took with your father 5 years ago. A trip that only happened because he lived. Later, you learn your sister never married the man she loved in your first life. She says she is happy, but her eyes do not look happy. Your father is alive, but he is not the perfect ghost you mourned. He gets angry. He forgets promises. He drinks too much when he is stressed. He and your mother argue about money. He asks why you keep looking at him like he might disappear. Then one night you search for your old best friend online. In your first life, he became a doctor. In this life, he died at 21. You stare at the article until the words blur. The crash happened on a weekend he was supposed to be visiting you in college. But in this life, you never went to that college. So he went somewhere else. So he met different people. So he got on that motorcycle. So your father lived and your friend died. That is when you understand the rule was never about saving someone. It was about choosing who the world would take instead. Level 5. Trying to fix what cannot be fixed. You become obsessed with the new timeline. You make lists, names, dates, accidents, marriages, births, deaths. You compare the life you remember with the life everyone else knows. Some people are better. Some are worse. Some do not exist at all. Your cousin has a daughter you never met before. A teacher who changed your life now works in another city. A small restaurant you loved was replaced by a pharmacy. The world did not break loudly. It rearranged itself quietly. That is worse. You start looking for the phone message again. Choose one decision, one only. No second attempt. You check the old photo. Nothing. You whisper into the dark. Nothing. You scream the words. Nothing. The past stays closed. Your father notices you changing. He asks if you are in trouble. Trouble is too small a word. You want to tell him that you stole him from death, and death collected payment from strangers. You want to tell him that every dinner feels like sitting across from a miracle built on bones. Instead, you say you are tired. He believes you because fathers believe small lies when the truth is impossible. Level 6. The memory problem. Months pass. Then, the worst thing happens. Your old memories begin to fade. Not quickly, not cleanly. They rot at the edges. Your father's funeral becomes harder to picture. Your old apartment number takes longer to remember. Your friend voice from the first timeline starts to sound distant, like a recording from another room. The new life is replacing you. Every morning you wake up more like the person this world thinks you are. That terrifies you more than death. Because if you forget the old world completely, then nobody will remember the price. Nobody will remember the friend who died instead. Nobody will remember the life your sister lost. Nobody will remember that reality was changed. So you begin recording everything. You write notebooks full of impossible facts. My father died in the first life. My friend lived in the first life. My mother did not use a cane. My sister married Daniel. I changed the decision on June 14th. I chose to get in the car. You hide the notebooks under your floorboards. Every few weeks you read them and feel less certain. The words are yours, but they sound insane. Level 7. The final realization. 1 year after the change, your father invites you to the same roadside diner. The building is older now. The sign flickers. The coffee is still terrible. Rain taps against the windows exactly like it did that day. He tells you he knows something has been wrong with you for a long time. He says you look guilty whenever he is happy. He says sometimes you stare at him like you are apologizing for something he never asked about. You look at his gray jacket hanging beside the booth. Older now. Faded. Still here. For a moment, you almost tell him everything. Then he reaches across the table and puts his hand over yours. He says, "Whatever you think you did, I am glad you are here. Not because it fixes anything. Because it does not." You realize there is no clean version of life. No perfect decision. No timeline where everyone is saved and nobody pays. Every choice creates ghosts. Most people just never get to meet them. You did. Level 8. The life after the miracle. Years later, you still keep the notebooks. You still read them when the old memories feel thin. Your father grows older. Your mother hip gets worse. Your sister leaves the man she never should have married. Your dead friend remains dead in this world, except inside your memory where he still laughs in a college hallway that no longer belongs to you. You stop trying to decide whether you made the right choice. Right and wrong are too simple for what happened. You saved your father. You lost other things. You love him anyway. That is the punishment. That is the gift. On your 31st birthday, your father gives you a framed photo. The two of you outside the diner, younger than you feel, smiling, before the world split in half. He says it has always been his favorite picture. You smile and thank him. Later that night, you hang it on your wall. For a second, the glass reflects your face over his. You look like two people at once. The person who changed the past, and the person the new past created. Your phone buzzes on the table. You freeze. Slowly, you pick it up. The screen is black. One white sentence appears. Now you understand. Choose again.